Hello friends, today let's understand a small introduction about our Snowflake training program. Completely practical, completely real time, full of examples. Come on, let's understand what exactly the Snowflake is and what we need to actually do in our classes. Yes, the term Snowflake refers to a cloud-based data storage mainly to store historical data, old inactive data, also called as stale data. In our lengthy Snowflake course curriculum, planned for about 18 different chapters, so total of about say 15 to 18 hours of practice oriented classes, each chapter for about 40 minutes to 1 hour. We'll start from the scratch, right from the basics on database introduction and cloud introduction. From there, we'll slowly step on to Snowflake account creations. We'll understand different options to implement, practice, understand, and implement Snowflake in real world. Various account creation options, working with different editions, differences. We'll slowly understand the architecture of Snowflake, mainly to store big data with something called as clusters, Snowflake clusters. We'll understand about databases, tables, and data. To understand these terminologies in an easier way, good to have some basic knowledge of SQL, the prerequisite. Any SQL is okay to step into Snowflake. After we get these chapters 1 to 4, main base fundamentals, then comes the technical concepts like time travel, transient tables, and the next level activities, schemas, and session context relating to the previously learned concepts on time travel, transient, offset, undrop, etc. We'll slowly understand constraints and data types, mainly from ETL data engineering perspective. We'll understand about something called Snowflake cloning activities, also called zero copy or zero data copy. We'll understand about various security activities, procedures. Interchangeably in Snowflake, we also call them as functions. We'll understand about various statements pertaining to cursoring, loops, returns, etc. We'll understand in-depth concepts pertaining to security management, Snowflake transactions, various types of transactions, and something called transaction types, nested transactions, etc. Then we have something called Snowflake streams and audit activities, the monitoring activities. We have tasks and partitioning concepts mainly towards optimization and scheduling. Then we have SQL with variable activities. We'll understanding about the concept of variables, how to use variables for something called batch processing in Snowflake. We'll understand about the concepts pertaining to staging activities, optimizations, and staging. And from there we have something else called Azure and external storage activities. In fact, these external stages that we'll be learning. From here comes the concept of Azure integration with Snowflake, Azure Cloud, and Snowflake Cloud working together. We'll understand about Snow pipes for incremental loads, detailed understanding of Snow pipes, and Power BI with Snowflake configurations. Finally comes the Snowflake or core certification exam. The sessions would be completely into real life, and you need to have a computer. Any OS is okay, and we need it mainly for configuring the browser, client, and optional recommended Power BI big data analytics technology. We work with Snowflake Cloud. It internally requires, in few aspects, it internally requires Azure Cloud. We'll be understanding them. So the prerequisites, SQL concepts, any one SQL technology is okay. From there we are going with Snowflake. This is our actual course. After we get into the Snowflake activities, from here you may continue to plan your resume for Power BI and or Tableau. Completely into practice based, completely practice oriented. I need your support with on-time practice, on-time submission of mock tests. Every day throughout the course, for every class throughout the course, complete transcript, the notes to be provided along with the session, and FAQs for every concept. Make sure you practice all the items straight as is from the class notes. Completely practice oriented learning with step-by-step activities. At the end, you have one final mock test on the entire course to gear you towards certification, as well as for interviews and resume. With this information, once again, I request you complete practice orientation during our classes. Utmost care, utmost support, I request you from our end. I provide my support equally to make sure we make our learning a useful and meaningful journey to proceed further. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. See you soon for registrations. Thank you once again. Have a nice time.